I love the MCU. I also love Star Wars. Usually, I need to love them separately. But today, that's gonna change, because today I'm gonna use some fusion magic and create an epic crossover between my two greatest loves. Imagine this, a reality where MCU heroes and villains exist in the Star Wars universe. Now, I won't just take the Avengers and drop them into Star Wars. I will transform them and adjust their stories, reshaping them into characters that are part of the Star Wars universe. Before I dive into the fusion of MCU and Star Wars characters, let's talk a bit about the story. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was peace and order. The heroes of the Republic defended the galaxy from the forces of evil. However, it all changed when the evil Titan rose to power. He was a powerful dark side force user, the Mad Titan known as Darth Thanos. He brought war and destruction to the galaxy in his mad quest to satisfy the dark side of the Force. The Jedi Knights have always protected the galaxy from evil. However, even they were no match for Darth Thanos. The Sith Titan had access to terrifying Force abilities. Thanos was able to destroy the Republic and wipe out most of the Jedi. However, one Mandalorian stood in his way. This hero sacrificed himself to give the remnants of the Republic and the Jedi enough time to escape and fight another day. These survivors established the rebellion, and that heroic Mandalorian was forever etched in history as the symbol of hope for the rebels. In the 3 decades since, the rebels kept fighting to free the galaxy from Thanos' tyrannical reign, but the rebellion is at the brink. Thanos has enslaved an ancient force being known as Galactus. This giant has the power to destroy an entire planet. With such power, nothing can stand in Thanos' way. But there is still hope. The Force has sent the rebels some help in the form of the Avengers. And this brings us to the Star Wars version of the Avengers. Let's do the roll call. First, we have Captain America. Steve Rogers is a Mandalorian. I know, surely Captain America should be a Jedi, right? But the great thing about Steve Rogers is that he's a normal guy for the most part. Sure, he's a super soldier, but he isn't this overpowered cosmic hero. He's a skilled fighter that uses a shield made from a unique metal as a weapon. He follows a strong code, and he's a man of his word. That's kinda what it means to be a Mandalorian. And honestly, I really want to see Steve Rogers kick butt in some Beskar armor. And that shield can totally be made of Beskar metal too. Captain Mando was the heroic Mandalorian who challenged Thanos years ago, the very one that sparked the hope for the rebels. Everyone was sure that Thanos killed him 30 years ago. However, Steve was frozen in carbonite all this time. With the help of the rebels, Steve was found. And now that he's out of the ice, he can fight against the Empire and bring hope to the galaxy. Up next, we have Iron Man. You might think that Tony would be a Mandalorian as well, but nope. Iron Man is a type of cyborg. He's more machine than man, kinda like Darth Vader and General Grievous. Tony used to manufacture droids for the Empire. He grew up believing that the Empire was good for the galaxy, but he was so focused on his machines that he became oblivious to what Thanos was actually doing. One day, Tony found himself on the battlefield and he saw with his own eyes that his droids are pretty much murder bots. They were slaughtering innocents, all in the name of Thanos. Tony tried to help the civilians, but he was attacked by his own droids. He almost died, but he was saved by the rebels. Most parts of his body were destroyed, so he replaced them with cybernetic parts, eventually turning his whole body into a Beskar cybernetic armor. Also, Tony's arc reactor is powered by a kyber crystal, which gives him access to some Death Star level energy. Now, let's talk about an actual Jedi, cause what's Star Wars without some Jedi Knights? And in this universe, Spider-Man is a Jedi. Look, it'll be very easy to go with Peter Parker being bitten by some space spider thingy, but I kinda feel like that's a very generic direction. Instead, let's go with Peter Parker being this fresh new Jedi. Peter can climb and run on walls with the help of the Force. He also uses grappling hooks that allow him to swing around just like Spider-Man. Peter grew up on Tatooine on his uncle's farm. When first discovering his powers, the young Peter used his new abilities out in the open to impress his friends. Word got out, which led to the Empire going after Peter. Stormtroopers came to Parker's farm and killed Uncle Ben. This is the reason why Peter became a hero, in honor of his uncle. Peter joined the Rebels and began training under the Jedi Master Stephen Strange. I mean, obviously Doctor Strange will be a Jedi. Next, we have Thor. The god of thunder won't be a Jedi. Instead, Thor is a celestial being, similar to the Force wielders from Mortis. In this universe, there are a lot more celestial Force beings around, but most of them don't interfere in the affairs of the galaxy. But Thor isn't one to stand and watch Thanos' reign of evil. Thor decided to join the fight and help the rebels against the Empire. Then we have the Hulk. I gotta be honest, transforming Hulk into a Star Wars character was very hard. I mean, I could have just gone with him being a huge green alien, but that's not very creative, now is it? Hulk was created by Dathomir magic. Bruce Banner was a curious scientist that traveled to Dathomir hoping to uncover the secrets of Force magic, but he was captured by the Night Sisters. The witches used their magic on him, transforming Bruce into an uncontrollable Force monster. The Hulk isn't exactly a Force user. Instead, he's a being that is enhanced by Dathomir magic. It's only Banner's mind and sheer will that prevent the Hulk from destroying the entire galaxy. With the help of the Avengers, the Hulk joined the rebellion and became their best weapon against the Empire. Speaking of Dathomir magic, Wanda Maximoff is a Night Sister herself. She will turn her back on the other witches and eventually join the rebels. Next, we have Black Widow. I think that everyone will agree that Natasha should be a Mandalorian. Black Widow is kinda like Bo-Katan from Clone Wars and Rebels. So, throw some Beskar armor on Black Widow and she's pretty much a bona fide Mandalorian already. Okay, so this next one is kind of a joke one, but there's no way I'm making this video without it. Hawkeye is a former stormtrooper. And you know why, right? An expert marksman as a stormtrooper. Do I really need to say more? So, these are the main Avengers heroes. Of course, there are many others, but I'll focus mostly on these characters. The Avengers is a special unit within the Rebel Alliance. Captain Mando is the one that forms and leads the team. Now let's talk about some villains. As I said before, Thanos is a dark side Force user. But he isn't a Sith Lord, he's actually a celestial being similar to Thor. However, the Titan is the living embodiment of the dark side of the Force. This is why Thanos is so powerful. Loki is Thor's adopted brother, but he's not an actual celestial being. Instead, he's a very powerful Sith. Loki was taken in by Odin to Mortis as a child. However, Loki's pull to the dark side resulted in him being exiled. Loki became obsessed with destroying the celestial beings of Mortis, and that is why he teamed up with Thanos. Ultron is an evil super droid, obviously. He was created by Tony Stark while he was still part of the Empire. Now, Ultron commands millions of battle droids across the entire galaxy. The Sith soldier, aka Bucky, used to be Steve's best friend. Bucky was a Jedi who helped Steve fight against Thanos 30 years ago. After Steve was frozen in carbonite, Thanos used the Force to brainwash Bucky and turn him to the dark side. Now, he's a Sith and Thanos' top assassin. Gamora is a Sith as well, and Thanos' adopted daughter. Of course, Gamora will eventually turn on Thanos and help the rebels. Gamora hooks up with Star-Lord, who is the best pilot in the galaxy. With Star-Lord, Gamora forms a rebels unit that includes the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, the other children of Thanos are all Sith Lords, including Nebula. The Avengers will clash with Thanos and his Empire, and after a long war, the Avengers will defeat the Titan and free the galaxy from the Empire. Doctor Strange and his apprentice Spider-Man will rebuild the Jedi Order. Captain America and Black Widow will seek out other Mandalorians. And Iron Man will build an army of droids that will protect the New Republic. But, of course, peace and order never last in this universe. Other villains will rise across the galaxy. My personal favorite is Doctor Doom, who will be a Mandalorian Sith Lord. But the Avengers won't have to face all of these threats on their own. There will be more Jedi Knights and Force users that will start showing up. Black Panther and the Mandalorians of Wakanda will also join the battles to protect the galaxy. If you like this idea, we can always revisit this MCU Star Wars universe. Well, I'm happy with this. What about you? Do you want to see a fusion of Star Wars and the MCU? What other characters do you want us to fuse? Let me know. If you like this one, please click that like button and be sure to subscribe for more cool videos. Thanks for watching.